Hi dear Aries, welcome back. This is A from High Five Sci-Fi Tarot. This is your October 2022 Sun, Moon, Rising sign and Venus love reading for the sign of Aries. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. That was fast. If it doesn't resonate, that's okay. Perhaps next month's message is the one for you. But I've always believed in synchronicity, so there must be something in here that you need to hear today. Speaking of something in here that you need to hear today, continuation of this reading, excuse me, is in the link in the description box below. One more oracle card for you, and you could scroll down towards the end of the page and you could see there three card, the Star Spinner Tarot deck. It's colored pink facing down. You could make your own three card spread there, and you could see the description there. If it's still vague to you, if you need more interpretation, hit me up at tarot@highfivesci-vibes.com and send me the screenshot of your three cards, and I could send you an interpretation for free. So that's my way of thanking you for being here. Okay, this is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the Nightingale from Tarot of the Divine. Fours always speak of stability, but when we speak of stability, like water is emotions. Your love life right now seems to be stable, everything is okay, but like water, you put it, you just put it put it on a table, like wait for something to happen. It would be dirty for quite some time. So it could also mean stagnation. I mean, everything that is no movement may run the risk of stagnation, of boredom, of that water, that emotions being I can't help. I paused for quite a long time because I keep on hearing indifference. I don't want, it's just one card. It's a core of your reading, but I don't want to say indifferent. Somebody in this connection is indifferent, but I can't help but hear it, and I just pause to tune into it if I am hearing it right. Dear Aries, your relationship or your connection right now, everything is going on well, but perhaps one of you in this relationship is thinking, where do we go from here? Is this still love I'm feeling? Is this contentment, or is this boredom? Are your cups all stable? Should it be flowing? Anything, water that is not flowing is prone to, as I've mentioned a while ago, being dirty, being contaminated. So I'm not saying that you have a relationship that is in the works of being contaminated or being negative or being soiled or whatever you may call it, but this is just a reminder for you. In which aspects of this connection would you want to take action on? Are there changes that needed in this connection? Four of Cups is force, actually, in general. You may need to shake things up so as to avoid that boredom, so as to avoid that indifference, so as to avoid that apathy. Is this frustrating you, dear Aries? This is Poseidon, the King of the Sea. King of Cups, the bearer of that, the energy of your emotions, but just like Poseidon or Leviathan, they could run amok. They could, in just a snap of their finger, they could turn the tables and lash out. Emotionally unstable. You have this in reverse. So I'm not saying that you are emotionally unstable right now, dear Aries, but I feel that It's more of being at wit's end or frustrated about this situation, the situation that you are experiencing right now. Somebody may want to move away, to travel. Look at her, traveling with the mosquito, moving far away from that castle or moving towards that castle. Where do you want to go? I mean, I strongly feel that with these two cards here, your emotional, you being frustrated about a situation or a scenario or something that is happening around your love life. You just want to walk away, stay away from it, to travel, to get away with it, just temporarily. But I strongly feel that this frustration that you are feeling right now, dear Aries, is it's like the match to your fire. This would be your ride towards, let's say, expressing your truth. Speaking of walking away, look at that, sailing away. It's starting to become heavy, and the ship is about to sink because of this heaviness, this burden that you are feeling. And you run the risk, or you are feeling confident perhaps, or you're feeling positive that you walking away, sailing away, would give you the answers that you seek. Exhaustion, stretching yourself way too thin. Perhaps you have said your piece, you have expressed your truth to your person, but you feel that you're not being listened to, or perhaps no action has been done from both sides, actually. From both sides, as far as this situation, or as far as this issue or concern is all about. And perhaps that is what strengthens this stagnation or stability. Everything is stable. I mean, there's no issue, period. But that no issue is becoming the issue is really the issue, because there's no issue. I hope I'm making sense. English is not my first language, so apologies for the words, but I hope I'm still making sense. You know that there's no issue around your relationship, but that's precisely the issue, because you don't have any issue at all. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to have an issue, but it's just meh. It's just nothing's happening. It just blah. It's not exciting anymore. It's just really, this is the end of it. Where are we going? Where do we go? What happens next? I mean, is this the best we could become in this relationship? Is this the best part yet of this relationship? I mean, both of you, perhaps your person, let's see the energy later of the person you're dealing with, but perhaps both of you are frustrated about this, whatever it is. Oh, too many gods. Wanting to walk away, the death, I mean, impending death of this connection. Conflict. Somebody in this connection seems to be expressing their truth, but to no avail. I mean, perhaps the other is feeling that they are not being listened to, but on the other end, I mean, person A thinks they are not being listened to. Person B thinks they listen. Or person A just blabbers, and person B thinks it's unnecessary for them to respond or to react, because it could be a spur of the moment. I mean, and then person A responds with, you're not taking my feelings into consideration. You're not listening to me. I mean, person B thinks there's something greater. What's up? Look at that in your present spread, dear Aries. Swords. Too many swords here. You're very much up in your head. There is heartache. I don't see any third party here. I just don't know what issue, what is the specific issue, whatever issue that you are encountering or you are experiencing right now. There is heartache from dear Aries here. Heartbreak. Somebody is in pain and she fights. Aries is fighting for it, fighting for their life. And perhaps there's also a push and pull between walking away, venturing into something new. Look at that rabbit. An impending death is happening or is brewing, and Aries here is leaning towards walking away from this situation, mourning for the loss, but at the same time she doesn't want to do this. Aries doesn't want to do this, and so Aries fights for the relationship, fights for the connection, expresses her truth, but to no avail. I mean, she has the right argument. Aries has the right arguments. Aries has the right reasons, all valid, but it's either they're not being listened to, you are not being listened to, or it's just not the right time. Falling on deaf ears. And it hurts you. Aww, Aries. And it's quite what adds to the pain or what adds to the frustration is that you are Aries. You fight for your rights, you fight, you take initiative, you take action. You want to be coming from, you are coming from a mature space, so you step back. You don't want to power trip. You are coming from a mature space. You're allowing your person to explain their side. You're allowing your person to take action. You're just allowing them. You allow yourself to receive, which is very much not a typical Aries. And while you are allowing them to take action, while even if you really want to put matters to your hands, you're stepping back. You're being in that mature space. Okay, I will step back. I'm not doing anything because I think it would hurt you more if I do something. So I will just step back and let give you the upper hand. But the moment that you give them the upper hand, they do nothing, and it sucks. You would like to hate it, but you know it would not help resolving. You are solutions. You're focused on the solution, not really the problem. And as much as possible, you don't want to complain. But you taking a step back, it contributes to that exhaustion that you feel. It adds to that pain. It adds to that annoyance, if I may say. Those are too many cards. What is happening? Okay, speak your truth, dear Aries, but I think you know it already. You're brutally frank, you're honest, you say things with class and sass. So be mindful that you wouldn't hurt your person in the process. What is it that you are holding yourself? There is, you're holding back and fearful not to express your truth. I don't know if it wouldn't be helpful for me to say that you have to find the right balance between speaking your truth and taking a step back because that's so vague and so difficult to do. Easier said than done. But I guess let's see what the oracle would have to say later. But what I'm picking up on here is that if you see yourself stepping back, but There are instances wherein you feel like you would want to express your truth. Go ahead and express your truth. There's no harm in saying what, speaking your mind. Speak your mind. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. Don't fear that they would judge you for speaking your mind. Sometimes perhaps you are always leaning towards stepping back, and you're holding your thoughts to yourself. So perhaps it would be helpful, much helpful, if you would kill that carrot. No, just joking. There is defeat here. I am picking up on defeat, failure. Perhaps it would be a lost cause if you would walk away and escape this situation. Perhaps what the universe is telling you right now is to speak your truth. Somebody, your person, is also disappointed. I mean, they are working with their finances. This is opulence, luxury, but there is something that they are sweeping under the rug, and they don't want to confront, they don't want to focus on right now. If whatever is your issue, whatever your issue is, dear Aries, I feel that your person will not be open to talk about it, because they have so many things to do. They're focused on perhaps working with their they're sitting on their throne, watching things to fall apart. Just kidding. I strongly feel that this is the Tower right here. I mean, what are they need to acknowledge the changes that they have to make, and they have to spend some time with themselves, spend some time, perhaps they are neglecting caring for themselves. They're neglecting an aspect of their self-love, and focus on something else, which could mean work. Anguish. Or perhaps they hate the fact that they are workaholic. And they're neglecting themselves, they're neglecting their relationships. Something would fall apart here, I am getting. I'm not quite sure. I can't actually pinpoint what that is. I mean, the universe will send both of you something. The universe will throw out lemons on your path, so that you could figure out how to deal with it. I mean, so that you would once and for all do something about this. Escape, laying the burden down, very exhausted. If you are exhausted about this connection or this relationship, whatever this issue is, your person is very exhausted from, let's say, work, exhausted about themselves, if I may put it that way. I mean, if you're frustrated about them not taking action, they feel you, they know they know it, and sadly they can't do something about it, or they don't know how to begin taking action around it, or solving it, or making a solution to it. I mean, they know that it's your issue, but they don't really know how to solve it, to make things work for you. They don't know how to make things work for you. They are waiting for favorable conditions to come. Not sure yet how to act. Perhaps they are waiting for something before they take action. But if you are exhausted about whatever it is that they're choosing, they know, dear Aries, they know. Perhaps they are disappointed with themselves. Right at the time when they would spend some quality time with you, their boss will call. They feel smothered They feel, I mean, they can't breathe with the fact that they are disappointed with themselves. They can't breathe with the fact that they are not attending to whatever it is that you request them to do. They can't attend to your needs. I mean, they do, but they are still focused on almost all of the signs got this. What and it's a matter of, for me, it's a matter of communication. I mean, most of the signs, I mean, almost all of the signs, right, in this month do not want to communicate. It's they want to shut down, or that's how they communicate all along. That's the only way they know how to communicate, how to express themselves. And perhaps it's time to change that. I mean, if you're a cross watcher for Aries, how have you been, how long have you been now inside your shell and not communicating to our dear Aries what you want to communicate with them? Like, I feel you, I know what you're feeling, I know you are exhausted. It seems like Aries is frustrated, perhaps at wit's end, fearful. I mean, all their lives they've been waiting for you to take action on a certain issue, but you refuse to act on it. I mean, but your cards are telling me that you know it. I mean, you want to take action, just don't know how. And is this something that you have communicated with our dear Aries here? Perhaps they are not knowledgeable, or they're not on the loop. We keep them in the loop. So yeah, if that's not your focus, I mean, let them know, because your relationship here is bound to be in stagnation. When something is stagnant, it's not healthy. When something is not moving, it's not growing. You you stay that way. I mean, that's all you can be. I mean, there's no growth to it, and when there's no growth to it, it will just burn. Die. I don't want to say die, but yeah, I said it anyway. Anyway, message for dear Aries here, please, universe. That under my umbrella thing just wants to come out. I think this is the same card you had last month, if I'm not mistaken. Kindness, empathy. In what ways can you be a friend to your lover? Be a friend. I don't mean that you stop being lovers. In what ways can you be a best friend to your lover? I mean, in what ways can you listen or tune into their feelings? In what ways can you give them an umbrella even if they don't need it? In what ways can you empathize? In what ways can you see them be in their shoes and understand their dilemma or understand their situation? In what ways can you help them understand you? In what ways can you communicate with them your love? I mean, that could be your love language, giving an umbrella, acts of service. But what is your lover's love language? How can you communicate your love to them in their own language? So continuation of this reading is in the link in the description box below. One more oracle card for you, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you for being here, dear Aries. My name is A, and bye.